My lovely, wonderful people. Not be small thing they happen. So wetin don't happen, don't they make Nigerians they think twice. As a matter of fact, Ohanaeze Indigbo say coup will not happen in Nigeria unless the North sanction it, that they'll be in touch with the North. And if they can agree together, then they can work it out. But that the Southeast should be the one to carry out a coup in Nigeria, it's not going to happen. He said, but it will happen only if the North agree. The North agree and everybody work together to ensure that there is a coup, then it will happen. We know what's going on among the Bongolese, okay? What's going on among the Bongolese, the Nigerians. We know exactly what is going on. This is an era where African leaders thought that they could, take what belongs to everybody and get away with it. But guess what? It is no longer trendy. Nobody subscribed to that. The generation that we have today, if you do that, you will be told off. That is exactly what is going on. How many coup within less than a space of 6 weeks or 8 weeks? That should tell you something. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get the details. There'll be no coup in Nigeria unless the North sanction it and we work together. Ohanaeze is in the ball. The Daily Post newspaper reports that a faction of the Apex Sociocultural Organization of the Igbo ethnic group, the Ohanaeze Indigbos, has said that there will be no coup in Nigeria unless the North sanctions it and agree to work together. The faction headed by Okechukwu stated this on Sunday, even at the caution, as it cautioned President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of danger ahead if he continues with how and what he's doing currently today. The statement comes in the wake of the recent wave of military overtake in the West Africa sub-region. The group, in a statement signed by its General Secretary Okechukwu, however, noted that the recent coup are a warning against the continuous manipulation, maltreatment, australization of the people, the manipulation of election results, bad governance, lack of respect for the rule of law and the constitution by political class, and imposition of leaders on Africans by the West. Northern leaders and political leaders are dissatisfied with Tinubu's presidency and are waiting patiently for the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal verdict, which will be on September the 16th, 2023, to know their line of action. On the ECOWAS planned military invasion of the Nigerian Republic to restore constitutional order following the military coup that took place there, it says this is not something that the Igbos want to do or anybody else want to do. But if the North agree with everyone and we work together and everybody works together, it is possible. The Northern leaders shut down President Tinubu-led ECOWAS planned invasion of Niger Republic through the Northern senators and traditional rulers and their elders' statement, who are unhappy with the president's style of leadership and the key appointment of Southerners. The group commended the Nigerian military for plugging its total loyalty and allegiance to Tinubu. They have pledged it a few days ago when the army chief came to say that the military will not be planning any coup against the current administration and vowing to continue to safeguard and uphold democracy in Nigeria. It says coup will not happen in Nigeria unless the North agrees and everybody work for it. So it says unless everybody works for it, it is not a possibility that that will happen. But it can actually become a possibility if and only if every single person begins to see it, as a way to go, and everybody, begin to say, yes, so it's possible, or let's get this thing done because we are tired of the same government. He said it's only on that note. It's only on that note that such thing will happen. He said other than that, there is no such thing happening. So it is what it is. If there is any time in our history where everybody needs to work together, it's now. So it says Ohanaeze Indigbos, will not go ahead and say they want to plan any coup or overthrow anybody. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Say, but this whatever that is being planned, can only, happen if the Northerners, join. What has happened recently with the appointments and all that Tinubu has made, if you are paying attention, you will know that the North is totally and completely not happy with him. And so everybody's waiting for the verdicts that will come from the Election Petition Tribunal to be able to know what next. What's the next line of action? What is the next point of call? And that would determine a lot of things. A lot of things. That would determine a lot of things. So this is what Ohanaeze was saying. He said even the North, they are waiting patiently. But they, the Igbos, should sit down and carry out a coup in Nigeria. Said it will never happen. That they will not do it. They themselves know that they will not do it. And they know that coup will not happen unless the North, unless the North agrees and say, you know what, Tinubu's zone do too much. It's time for him to go. And they all agree, work with other region. Bottom line, what it's trying to say is that a coup cannot happen, by just a few single set of people. There must be collaboration. Everybody must agree together to say, you know what, it's about time. We are tired. We want this to be done. That's only when and only when a coup will happen. So he said to start with, when you want to start with something, you start from the difficult aspect so that you don't run into problem. And so if you want to start with the difficult aspect, he is suggesting and he's saying that it will be the North who would have first of all agreed that they are tired. Now, in that agreement of that state of tiredness, they will now be the one to invite other people to say, you know what, let's get this government off the track. Let's get things settled and let's get things going. Said on that track, on that regards, then they'll begin to see things work out and see things iron out and see people say, but apart from that, that they will just stay, they will just stay by themselves and allow coup to happen in Nigeria, that they will never do such. The Igbos will never do such. So a coup is not a good thing. It's not something you pray for, because we know what happened in Nigeria when the military was in power. It was not very pleasant. In military rule, you cannot. Democracy, you're supposed to express yourself, but the democracy we have in Nigeria is more than the military rule itself. Okay, it's sincerely truly more than the military rule. So when you look at it, these are very, very, critical times, and everybody needs to understand it. He said, you know what, everybody will need to be on the same page. It will not be some set of people. Leave us a comment. God bless. Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. Bye for now.